Okay, so for this problem, we have a 30-year-old man who is brought in after a car accident and says that his left leg was injured. And on exam, there is a laceration to the medial aspect of the leg above his knee. So for his neuro exam, he is unable to appreciate sharp or dull touch to the anteromedial aspect of his left knee and medial malleolus. What nerve was injured? So is it A, obturator nerve, B, peroneal nerve, C, femoral nerve, or D, saphenous nerve? I'll let you answer the question, and then I'll explain in 5 seconds. Okay, so the answer is going to be D, saphenous nerve. So for this one, the saphenous nerve is responsible for sensation to the anteromedial side and the knee, leg, and medial malleolus. So it really is just an anatomical recall question. But then just talking about the other answer choices, we have the obturator nerve. So the obturator nerve has a cutaneous branch that can innervate the medial aspect of the distal thigh. So obviously in this case, that's not the parts that were affected for this patient on their neurological exam. Moving on to the femoral nerve, we have the anterior cutaneous branch. So just like the name implies, since it's the anterior side, it's going to innervate the anterior part of the thigh. The lateral cutaneous branch is going to innervate the lateral part of the thigh, but it specifically comes from the lumbar plexus. And then finally, we have the posterior cutaneous nerve, which comes from the sacral plexus, and that's going to innervate the posterior part of the thigh. And so finally, we have the peroneal nerve, and so the superficial portion of that is going to innervate the dorsum of the foot, which is the top of the foot. And then the web space between the first and second toes is the only exception, where that's innervated by the deep peroneal nerve. And so that's essentially the summary of this question. So it really is just a anatomical recall question. So you just have to know what nerve innervates what. In this case, it's going to be the saphenous nerve that goes along with innervation of all these parts, and so damage to that, once you have damage to the medial aspect of the leg above the knee, you're going to get a loss of sensation in these parts. So I hope that helped, and thanks for watching.